Hello and welcome to the DFS underscore PhD show for the 29th of December. Remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough. And gosh darn it, someone had to win that money. And boy, never more true than that Thursday night football game. That was terrible. Hey, wow. Neither neither defense was in the winning lineup. So goes to show what I know. But it was a lot of points scored, so it's not too surprising. It was the last pass to Kevin Yeboah, who, yes, I know I told you in the chat after other value opened up, was not viable value, which I kind of stand by since he did get there on a garbage time pass. And Marquise Goodwin played the entire second half. Okay, so anyway, sometimes you get a bad beat, and that was a bad beat. I mean, to an extent, should I have thought about, whether or not either of those quarterbacks could throw a long ball, and thus should you play the guys who are the long ball guys? Maybe. But basketball, equally frustrating if you played yesterday, even if you paid attention, even if you noticed that Moses Brown was the move after Duop Reith was out, even if you got to Jabari Walker, didn't get there. Andre Drummond was sharp. Kevin Knox was a late starter and was garbage. Kobe White, all signs pointed to being great with the court IQ. It was terrible. Anyway, the cash line was 240, so don't feel like everybody else was scored a bunch of points and you weren't yesterday. I mean, it wasn't good though. It was painful. And it's all the more painful when you make the right moves, right? Like you stack the Denver guys, Michael Porter Jr. goes for 15 without Aaron Gordon out. And hey, you know what that means? Discount on Michael Porter Jr. tonight. So that's what you gotta have a short memory with DFS. And again, that's why you gotta play with money you can lose because boy, oh boy, was that money lost for me very early last night, except for college football, which why can Stoops not make a catch? If Stoops catches one touchdown, I win the top prize. But anyway, yeah, that was fun, to an extent. Okay, on to tonight a little bit. I see what I got to say. I'm not gonna have 60% Jay Sean Tate. Let's get that clear right now. Left, I don't know, 30%. I mean, what did he even play that much last game? Jay Sean Tate, game log. Played 11 minutes. Is that right? He's coming back from an injury. Played 24 minutes in his first. I assume that's an even split with Tari Eason. 24 and 25. Yep. So I don't know how many minutes we got him projected for here. Yeah, 24. Okay. He can get there in 24 minutes for sure. He can go double the field on Jay Sean. That's fine. I mean, what in the world? Amen Thompson? No thanks. What's going on with Saber sometimes, right? I mean, he was in the he got rotation minutes, but he got 17. How many minutes are we projecting him for here? 17 points. That's got to be in more than 17 minutes. 18 minutes? I don't know, guys. It can't be that much Amen Thompson. Maybe 15%. I don't expect that less. Let me tell you the actual moves I made since obviously none of this is going to be it. So I've got one court IQ up already for Aaron Gordon out, and then I probably need to pull up another one for the Charlotte guys because we've got some weird situation there still. I forget exactly what it is, but no, that's Philadelphia with Kelly Oubre now. So is Embiid still out? I think so. I think I saw that. Yeah. So we want to pull up court IQ for Philadelphia. This is also just good to show you guys what to do. Like this is if somebody gets knocked out late, you should always check your instincts because you're not always right. The guy who you think is going to get the minutes or going to get the usage is not necessarily the guy who gets that usage. And we're getting late enough in the season where we have significant sample size now. So you need to be over here. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. And you need to see like so with Aaron Gordon off the court, Jokic is incredible. Jokic is a 72 point player, and that's in 36 minutes. So currently, SaberSim had him projected for 60. You need to project him for 72 because Jokic is getting the rebounds. He's getting more usage on offense without Aaron Gordon. Now, besides that, we have a couple of other guys. Oh, wow. Okay. Who else is on here? And that's in 281 minutes. No sample size issue, right? Like now, Reggie Jackson, that's not a sample size issue. That's a minutes played, right? Because in the settings, This is per 36 minutes. It's not predicting minutes. It's telling you if this guy start in this circumstance and get regular starter minutes or extended starter minutes, what can you expect their upside to be? Michael Porter Jr., 39. So I went over here and I checked where we have Michael Porter Jr. at. Well, it was at 33, and he had a bad game yesterday. He's going to be 1% owned. Yeah, you might want to back up the truck to get yourself a little piece of Michael Porter Jr. Now, he can't be a core piece. Why can't he be a core piece? He is a shooter. If he misses shots, he can put you in the poorhouse just like yesterday. So, I mean, but if he hits his shots, he's going to put you in the poorhouse like he does those other days. So, and I haven't seen any bad lines recently. So I am still looking for places where I can so Charlotte and Phoenix is the place where I thought maybe I would do something today, but I don't know. Phoenix is better than Charlotte. So I'm not gonna move that line too much offhand. I'm gonna just go with a Vegas knows general point and have a few here and there, like Peyton Watson. He didn't just smash because of the garbage time last night. He was smashing prior to garbage time. So if he continues to pick up that start in the place of Aaron Gordon, I think he's going to be core. So yeah, let's go up to who. Oh, wow, I'm getting to Oubre and I haven't even changed his projection yet. That's probably good. So let's look at Oubre's projection. He had a bad game last game for him, but we have like 400 minutes now for him, right? Yeah. So Paul Reed, we should project for 36.5 or 36.6. Oh, 36.6. Got to have more Paul Reed. It's not an accident that he's getting there. It's how it works when Embiid is off the court. Melton, that's another guy who they're not going to project correctly, and you got to project him for 40. It's nuts, but that's how Melton is without Embiid. He is the guy. Now he might not get the minutes, so maybe I go 35 because maybe he doesn't get quite the same minutes as the other guys, but he's totally very much in play, like extremely solid. Everybody on this team, you have to do the projections. SaberSim is not appropriately accounting for the loss of a superstar. They can appropriately account for like game sim, like they don't have the court IQ back end built in somehow. So you got to double check them on that. Maxi 45. Let me just filter it to these guys. Maxi 45. Okay, it's a little higher. I'm going to leave it because Maxi is great, but also he has to hit shots. So I don't know. I'm not gonna limit him for now. Okay, who else we got? Paul Reed. Tobias Harris is down to 35.5. Yikes. Is he not in? Oh, okay. He's not in because we have him misprojected. 35.5 is more appropriate. Having a little trouble. Okay, so then I feel like I didn't get to Oubre yet. Yeah, where's Oubre on this list? Oh, oh no, that's bad. Now I got to reload it. Sorry. Philadelphia. Off court. The guy. Oh, there's a select button. And then let's just find the Oubre row right away. Oubre row. 32.8. So here's the thing. What was frustrating about Kelly Oubre is he didn't get the minutes. And that's why we can't make him core. We have to make him I don't know. I mean, I'm not even sure what percent. So the rotations were very frustrating. RoCo didn't play on Christmas Day after I had 20% and thought it was a sneaky play. And then yesterday, or the last time they played, he was he was solidly in the rotation and he took all the minutes away from Kelly Oubre. So now Oubre wasn't shooting well, so I'm not sure like what do they do today? Don't know. Yeah, it's 1 for 7 with a 1 for 4. So like, is that why they went with the other guy? He still kind of got there because of the blocks and whatever, but it wasn't good enough. Definitely wasn't good enough. And today it means we cannot have. I mean, I just don't have faith. If he hits his shots, maybe, but hits your shots is 15%. So I'm gonna have to be a less Oubre than I'd like to be. If I were running the team, he'd be out there because he's who should be out there. But they're playing stupid people, and as long as you got a coach playing stupid people, I don't know what to do. I mean, stupid people does not mean Mo Bamba, to be clear. Now, how many minutes did Bamba get in the backup role there the other night? 16. So he didn't get there last time in 16 minutes because he didn't score any points. But Bamba could get there in 16 minutes. What's his price? 4K. Okay. So, I mean, how many games back do you have to go to get to the Bamba Smash? One, right? So, like, it's there. You should have a piece of it. I should have a piece of it. I'm going to add a lineup rule, which is max one reader Bamba, and I'll run that again later. But you can't ignore, you can't pretend that Paul Reed's going to get there every time and not get in foul trouble. Although, was it Sengun or something? I don't, he shouldn't get in foul trouble. Hopefully, I mean, Sengun's good, but he's good in a predictable way. He's not good in a drawing fouls way. Um, yeah. So do I wind up at 65% Paul Reed? I'm not sure. It depends on if there's other value, but I don't see Chicago on this slate, so I don't think we have that other value. Okay, but let's go back to Denver. That's the other team I was doing court IQ for. Just to show you guys how I do this whenever a guy's out. Make sure I got everybody. Yep. Reggie Jackson. Yeah, that's about all I want. Strawther. 55% Strawther seems a bit much. But it does make me wonder how many minutes they're giving him. In 19 minutes, how much Strawther should I have? So Strawther in 19 minutes, 1936 of 27. So 1936 of 27. Oh, uh-oh. 1936 of 27. 14.25. That seems like exactly what they had for him. Oh, yeah. Okay. What's that? 14.25. So I got him a little bit lower. I don't think you can get him there quite where they have him. So say 15 or something. He's definitely not on my core dudes to play list. And if he's going to be 20% owned, especially, I can probably just fade him all the way. Yeah. Okay. So now let's go to, I've got everybody the way I want them based on the guys I know that are out. Of course, if there's other guys that are out, even though it didn't work, just like with Paul Reed, right? It didn't work on Christmas. It killed me on Christmas. I lost like $500 because of that stupid stuff on Christmas. Did I go back to him 80% the next slate because he's still the right play? Yes. Should you do it again today? Yes, actually, now that I think about it. All of these top plays. What is Cam Whitmore doing on this list? Is he getting rotation minutes? How many minutes was Cam Whitmore in this game? I mean, if he's getting rotation minutes, you've got to consider it. He was in that game. Was he in that game before it was a blowout? Popcorn machine. Popcorn machine is how you tell that. It didn't. Let me look up popcorn machine because that didn't go as quickly as I wanted it to. Popcorn machine. No, come on, man. How do they not know what I mean? Popcorn machine. Obviously, this is what regular people would need. Popcorn machine, NBA. Thank you. Okay, so now I was looking for Houston game flow from their last game. Houston game flow. Cam Whitmore. Cam Whitmore rotation minutes. But how many was this in the first half? 145 plus 4. So he was on pace for 10 minutes before blowout time. Yeah, so I don't know, man. Him and A, man, I just don't think we're gonna see those minutes. He's on pace for 10 minutes. How many are we projecting him for? We're projecting him for 20. So yeah, I'm not on that. I'm not on Cam Whitmore. I don't think he's getting like solid rotation minutes. I think he's got to be completely out of the consideration. 30%, no way. Y'all can have it. Completely not for me. But yeah, these guys are core. And like their core way above the rest, right? Like let's see, value-wise, yeah, a full point. I mean, Melton's kind of in play too for 30% is too little for him. He's extremely good value today. And Jokic, I mean, yeah, where's the ceiling for this guy? Who knows? The ceiling is it a blowout? It's not. It's a 3-point spread. So I don't see how you get away from these guys. I'm happy to have 75% of all of those guys. And 50% Melton. Yeah, so those guys, Reed, Watson, and Jokic are my early core. Of course, if you have news, you should pivot. Like yesterday, why in the world was Marcus Smart like 5% owned or 10% owned or whatever it was? Ridiculous. We had John Morant out. He got the bump to the starter. He was going to play 30 minutes. Now, obviously, the game blew out and the faders got bailed out, but you got to pay attention. That late news is the whole thing for the slate. Obviously, Duop Reith, so many people got stuck with him, but there were so many other things that could have gone wrong, even with that game where you saw a three center rotation still with Baji. So who knows what they're going to do there. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with Portland today. But yeah, I don't think I got very much else. Let's sort it by exposure, see if anything else is coming out. Yeah, we don't want that much Brandon Miller. He's a shooter. We'll take shooter hits his shots amount of Brandon Miller. Gary Trent Jr. seems good. I mean, so you got to watch out. He started or something. Yeah, their rotation was weird, right? So let's look at that Gary Trent Jr. game and see how many minutes he got as a starter. Because that I thought that was a little bit unexpected. Oh, it was a blowout too. He started over somebody, right? Gary Trent Jr. Yeah, he started and played almost the whole first quarter. He was on pace for how many minutes in this first half? 12 plus 4, 16. He was on pace for 32 minutes. So we got to check and make sure that we have 32 minutes of him projected. We have 34 minutes of him projected. Okay, that's fine. But he is also a shooter, so I'd be okay if you wanted to cap him at 15%. I'm just not sure. He might get extended even. Yeah, 34 might be fine. He might hit his shots. I think I'm trying to convince myself to stay 30%, but I think I might be having a hard time. So I'm going to go 20% there. I don't want to be that much Harrison Barnes because Harrison Barnes. Hopefully that's enough explanation. It's not the first 2 weeks of the year. It's not Harrison Barnes season. Okay, so now we've reached the point where I've broken this particular simulation set by giving it too many constraints and have to start over. That's fine. We'll just do that again later. I'll tell you guys the exposures in the stream. But for now, I'll say, hey, remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough. And gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. Might as well be us.